Let me finish the last but one. Understand the principle of honor and humility. Maminka Bibincho. Never fight for honor, give honor. Any honor that was fought for was not given by God. So as far as you are concerned, give honor to whom honor is due. So keep giving honor till life rewards you with honor. True humility is your ability to give honor to whom honor is due. In a country like Ghana, honor is not our culture. So honor must be taught and taught and taught. The fact that it's not our culture doesn't mean it's not a key ingredient of destiny greatness. No. That's sometimes the problem. No, it is not a culture that determines destiny. No. So the fact that it is a culture or it's not a culture doesn't mean that destiny will bow to it. No. Because it was not a culture, so destiny will control and make sure that where that thing is needed, destiny will compromise. It won't. The fact that you were not taught to do it doesn't mean that its repercussion will not affect your destiny. No. Honor is honor, and it plays a key role in any destiny that must show up and rise. Honor to God, honor to those God has helped, honor to those ahead of you, honor to your peers, even honor to those behind you. Honor is a key element in destiny. And let me tell you an aspect of honor that many of us are missing. Listen, it's called seeking the advice and contribution to whoever you say you honor. Listen, whoever didn't contribute in decision making will not contribute to money gathering. Get it well. In the school of honor, surprise is a failure. You don't gather your life to go and surprise who you honor. We sit down with who we honor to discuss our lives. You can surprise your peers, you can surprise those under you, but when it comes to those ahead of you, we sit down with them and we put plans before them and we take their wisdom, their contribution. You can't go and do something secretly and go to somebody and say, can you sponsor me? He will tell you, I don't have money, even if he's the second richest man in the world. Because if he didn't contribute to decision making, he won't contribute to money gathering. The reason why most of you were bounced by your aunties, bounced by your rich uncles, but don't call them wicked, you dishonored them. You didn't go to them to sit there and say, Daddy, I have the sense of going to school. Is it a good idea? He will tell you it's a good idea. Where do you think I should go? My desire is to go and do this course and this course. These are the schools available. Where do you think I can go? Then your uncle will sit back and say, I've heard of this school, it may help you. Then you sit there and say, okay, this is the advantage of going to this school. This is the disadvantage of going to that school. This is the advantage of going to this school. Then you suggest your research that you have done to him. Then he will sit back and say, okay, so which one do you think that we should apply for? Such an uncle will not mind paying the fees. But for you to go and say, oh uncle, I've bought forms, I've got admission, now they say the school fees is this, the deadline is this. We'll sit back and tell you, maybe next time. That's the foolishness of this generation. We go and cook whatever we want to do, and in a dishonoring way bring it to those who are ahead of us and say that now I need your, it's now time for your help. When I started, I didn't need you. But who you don't need is brain. You shouldn't need his money. Because it is brain that controls people's monies. So if he's not sure of where his money is going, he won't send his money. So make sure that you seek the contribution. One of the most dangerous aspects of honor we have ignored is this aspect. You won't find people walk to their fathers and sit their fathers down and say, this is the plan. I've not gone far. The moment it dropped, I just said, I'm coming to discuss with you. Mommy, the moment it dropped, I just said, let me come and discuss it with you. Yes, you should be able, you don't have what it is for wedding, for marriage, for whatever it is, but it's time to marry, and somebody who can help you. You don't go to the person and say that next week is the wedding, and you sit down and expect a check. And you sit there and expect the check. You are a fool. I'm teaching you a wisdom that can help you. Right from the onset. The day you saw the person and you were convinced that this is the person I want to marry, even before you set a date, you present the person to the one you need help from. You present the person to him and say, I want to seek your prayer and your advice over this one I found. I want to seek your prayer and your advice. This is the one I found. He will ask you, those who want to help you will always ask you, have you set a date? Are you sure? Have you set a date? The moment you say yes, you have cancelled half of the help.
Wow.
And he will be rethinking of even the half. He'll be rethinking of even the half. Yes. That's wisdom. I want to start a business. You don't tell the person, no. If you want to share, go back from restart and talk to the person. You say, I now want to go and do this, but I have the plan. I've done my research. This is how it can be. But I need your counsel. I need your counsel. Unfortunately, your club is why you need it. Tinyamia no muna wa wankushia wo baby asemato. In the school of honor, there is no graduation. You are not permitted to graduate from honoring who you started to honor. Honor is the only school you don't graduate from. So who you started to honor, when you become rich, honor. When you marry, honor. When you travel, honor. This generation don't understand the subject of honor. And then more being too quiet who are not sure. Unyefra bruchriba. No didn't need to nation nipa etigana. Mother Munim dear Kosoa bruchi. Munim dear Kosoa. Pusia, but for mountain. On form Babel. I'm telling you. We never graduate from honoring. So who God led you to honor? Sir, even if every evidence show that you have become greater, there is no graduation in honor. You are not permitted to graduate from honoring the person. How you started to call the person that way. If you couldn't mention the person's name by just the name, and you started calling the person Sister Ama, Sister Queer, no matter what, so friend Sister Ama, never graduate from that honor. So who now never graduate from that honor. It is stupidity to think that today you are taking care of your father, so when your father speaks, you can also speak back. It is foolishness to think that if your mother speaks, you can also speak back. Honor, we don't graduate. It is a school that when we tie you to somebody, it's forever. When God tie you to somebody to honor the person, it is forever. The person can reject God, but you are not permitted to reject him. Yes. Saul has dishonored God, but David, you are not permitted to dishonor Saul. Don't dare. One time will be by me home, me Sophie, my spiritual father, my Johnny, no, you fake, no, you sin. I'm saying, come on, to Ube Saul broke up with God. But God kept on tempting David over Saul. And David was sharp never to dishonor Saul. Because the throne Saul is sitting on, David, you will soon sit on it. If you dishonor the one sitting on it, you will never live to sit on it. We never graduate. Yes. Do you know who David was at that time? But Saul called him my son. And David was comfortable to call Saul a father. The man that it was clear that God has rejected him. And if Prophet Samuel said God has rejected you, there is no other voice under the heavens that can say otherwise. So David knew God has rejected Saul, but he said, how can I touch the Lord's anointed? Is it not the one God has rejected? So why are you still seeing him as anointed? The day Saul died, David cried and said, why has the mighty fallen? And why has Saul died as though there was no oil on his head? So David still believed, even if God doesn't like you, his oil is still on you. Don't graduate from honor. My people, our parents, don't graduate from honor. It is the key to mightiness. Yes. There are certain conversations that are too high for you. Let your father and mother deal with it. Don't venture. Don't venture. Don't go there. It's too high. Enko jina mama echi nko papa. Enko jina papa echi nko mama. Momu nko muko. Asunu mienu ko a ejai ma asase bre. Enko kubi. So mama so na bre hwe wa. Unim de papa so ye mrebi. O papa so na bre hwe wa. Unim de mama so ye mrebi. Ye dine di omumienu nyina ni. Lesre rade se ode anti ase ebebo omumienu ntem. Ja ho mu no mu nko. Enko gina akire nko koma baako. Enko koma baako. They are in the same rank. They are in the same level in the spirit realm. Let them fight. One of the reasons why I fear for this younger generation of ministers that we may not go far is because our fathers, some fathers recruit sons to fight other fathers for them. To our nima ode kumbodisa efu jini unzuru. When nima ode kutrinia and yes trinia enyina popa. Jini sisimu one unzuru adie. And to who penny unzuru. Wakoje o spiritual father 45 years in Tokwa Kwamani. Mumu gusro nenko. Se wase kokoma na enko ne level no. Oso kwache ne worship. They went him. Samuse mo beko a associate to associate, usher to usher, protocol to protocol, head to head, kokon level. Kokon level and kokon big woman. The spiritual realm is a heavy realm. It's a heavy realm. So bit in a sroa, obet me dwa koto bia wunyini biem. So sumo bibet me dwa koto bia wunyini biem. He wanu ye wati. He wanu ye. Na nipa e wo soro omofom etoda Noah ne hu betima guo etoda bibi betima ka Noah ma na koboro eno nso nkyere se Awurade apa no nti hwe my generation I will warn you hwe ye abrabon enough oh my Ghana no yembu opia amfu opia ho and no soon tina who so be so so it is the next generation see a big break here. Let's rise and break it well. Am I telling somebody here? Yes. Let's rise and and break it well. And the breaking is not only in prayer. The breaking is in practicing the word. That's a breaking. He gives grace to the humble. He gives grace to the humble. He gives grace to the humble. If it is not a culture, make it a lifestyle. Learn on it. Build it up. Build it as a character. Be unique. Be unique. Never graduate from honor. No matter where God left you. Never. There are many elements in honor. But in the seek the counsel and the advice of who you need help from. Seek it. Even if it will take a long time, seek it. And let me tell you, great people don't rush. The more people grow and develop deeply, the more they are calm, they apply the wisdom of calmness. If you have not gone deep, you are a rusher. You easily haste. Yes, you haste in it. Can be example be, but I'm crack. Hallelujah. But the more people grow, the more they are calm. The more they are calm. Let me tell you. That's why when you are dealing with very great people that God has helped, you won't get their timing to be your timing. You won't get their operations to be your operations. Until to them, you will hear from me soon, can be 3 months. You will hear from me soon, can be 2 months. That doesn't mean go ahead of them. To them, I will call you soon, can be 5 days. To them, sending them a message. Among your peers, you are expecting a reply in 5 minutes. To them, reply is 3 days, and even 3 days. 3 days is a quick one. You, as I said now, there are men that when I send them messages and they even reply under 24 hours, I feel it's too fast. And I thank God for getting their reply so quick. I thank God. Even after 24 hours, I thank God. If you don't understand this system of honor, you will cut yourself off in the ladder that leads men to greatness. That realm is a very deep realm. So TV, so say you think it's a joke. If you don't learn the protocols, you'll be sacked from the palace. So the people that you see today and you point to them, you will not even add their titles to this man and this and now and I will say it's a process. Yes. The people we see that we think is common, you think it's a process. It will shock you. Some politicians did you matter me how no? Sema 2 hours here no. Now back on your office. Now boom say when you packet one. You didn't learn the process and the protocols of greatness very well. I'm telling you. There are things you should learn now so that you can maintain certain relationships. Because see, right now, if you go and rush a president, now, you may not benefit. So go to the potential one. On this ladder or Tosube 6, start to build a relationship and start to grow with the person. Don't rush. Don't leave who is building up for who is built. Many of us graduate honor so quick. You honor this person or stagnating kakranu eja no na ko before for. We stagnating kakranu eja no na ko before for. You will never make it in life. Stick to one person you think God has led you to honor. Stick and obreki kakra chen. oko na nenefro wa break kakra twen no oko na obia ni wa rising every minute. You are fool to think that way. There are times that when people are rising, they will stagnate. That is where God begins to siphon the wrong people around them. No, as I didn't move. Ne radius see the people around him. No, as I didn't move. And listen, upon a day man. Don't rush for those who have made it. Rush for those who are making it. And build a proper relationship with them. And not them from that little stage. And grow with them. And grow with them. That's the wisdom. Let me touch on the last one. And then we are done. Honor. In all sectors, business, ministry, politics, whatever it is, honor. But that game of taking advantage of people, me pewase ujini we no stagnate kakra bi no agane ho no akọ who so make it now say kwan bi asa ba be rewram. You will never make it in life. Be faithful in honor. Be faithful and see if the next 10 years you won't have your feet somewhere. Be faithful in honor. Be faithful in honor. Wow. And see if consistently the next 10 to 15 years you won't have a place to stand. And you see, listen, before I conclude on the subject of honor, I have touched on seeking counsel. Now you must understand the place of mastering your heart over offenses. Whoever is higher than you operates mostly from a higher frequency. That you may not be of the same understanding with them. So if you don't learn to leave room for offenses, what John said to Jesus, and Jesus' statement about John is, blessed is him who is not offended in me. Remember, he didn't say that I have not offended John. No, that was not his statement. He said, blessed. Rather, you are blessed if there is offense, but you refuse to be offended. So, John, I'm not telling you I've not done anything to you. I may have done something that is not right to you. I may have done something you are not happy with. But blessed is he whosoever shall not be offended in me. That means there are many things I will do that is not of your language. Is not. I will not speak the same language with you. I will not think the way you think. I will not do it the way you like it. But blessed is he that is not offended in me. Be prepared for so many offenses you have to swallow up and keep up. It's unfortunate that such basic things have to be taught in Ghana because it is not working in the youth. We become too angry with just anybody. Sir, my dear sister, there are some people in your life, they have the right to offend you.
Oh yes, oh yes.
But you don't have the right to be offended. Jesus was trying to tell John, you don't have the right to be offended. So even if I've offended you, you don't have the right to be offended. Because sometimes offense is actually a misinterpretation of actions. So the fact that you offended or you call something somebody did an offense doesn't mean the person is wrong. You don't only understand, or you didn't translate what he did well. So there are some people who have the right to offend you. But woe unto you if you don't have the wisdom to master your heart and know that there are some people I have to hold them in high esteem to a point that even their offense will not trigger my anger. Honor is when you can see offense and refuse to be offended. If you will walk with any person higher than you, what you should expect every time is offense. You won't get them to flow at your level. Number two, of this same thing called offense, you must understand that people rise from being a person to being an institution, yet in one vessel or body. In this life, as people grow, please open your, even if you feel sleepy, wash your face and hear me on this one. As people grow, they start as one person in a body, but later they grow into becoming a system in a body. And if you don't have the wisdom and the operations to sustain the system, you will always lose your place with those people. Over time, a man will start, and he will start as a single man, but he will end up going to marry. And the day he marries, you must be wise to know that being with his wife has captured his wife into him. So at first you were dealing with one man, but now a woman has come that has been captured into his system. So now his name is upon the woman. You are unwise to think that if you deal with that man, you are dealing with one person. It's now becoming a system. So it is the man you spoke to, but before he sleeps tonight, he has another ear to share with. So if you are not wise to think that it's just one person you are dealing with, sir, over time you realize that the network is breaking. What you don't know is that captured in the man are other people that are at work, and they can distract your network with the man. So very soon his children are captured. Over time his secretary will be captured, PA will be captured, his managers will be captured, his leaders will be captured. So you see one man like this, even his driver, his gate mate, his cook, they are all captured in him. Then over time you realize that the man outwardly is a brand, a system, that just 20% represent him. Whoa. 80% is actually the people captured in him. They are running the show of his life. So the moment you are invited into such a system and a palace, you don't sit back and say that I came for just this one man. You will simply lose your place and you have no place. And that has been the foolishness of the youth of this country. Or baby, I such the image, the brand image. Me the CEO untina CEO enti CEO bape no koto CEO kope. He attack secretary, attack drivers, attack this, attack that. What you don't know is that all of them are captured in the CEO. Very soon report will be going. Right. So when you see the CEO, you bow to him. But reports coming is that you fought this, you fought that one person, you disrespected his wife, you did that, you did that. The report keeps coming. You become a threat to the system in him. And very soon he will sack you. Not because you dishonored him, but because you are becoming a threat to a system that makes him. Am I telling somebody here? Yes. Oh, yes. Can I tell you something? Yes. Ushia bema mpo weni hia. No awaria. Don't hear it. That's the way to enter the system. This is the wisdom of the mighty. Yes. So wama don't matter said the order. Ordinary to say no they shall. Because at a point in their lives, They don't fear for themselves. They fear for the pillars of a system. They fear for the pillars. Every billionaire knows somebody around him that is irreplaceable. Say nipa we free menchaya medjuma no ebechia. If you are not wise and you don't know the wisdom of building up and upholding system, udru nipa kro nchaya na wo sha ase do pillar na obepe wa sema chense obedo no a chen pillar. Because at a point in time, very great men don't think about themselves again, they think about legacy. So whoever is upholding their legacy are treasures to them. To anybody that comes into the system to uphold those pillars, say they hold you like egg. Abusa, ura bebia, dobia. Because everybody has a part to play. That is what the Bible was teaching us, that we are a body of Christ. Let not the eye say that I'm better than the ear. Let not the ear. The system runs. So even Jesus is teaching you that he's a system. He's a system. So don't value leg above hand. Don't value hand above heart. He said, I am a system. Value everybody. That is how great people operate. In Tuba Beurani Mua. Nema ni nye adwuma ni bi. Nanso he has a vision for Nema. So don't ignore his children. If you ignore his children, you are attacking his future. He will fight you. Because his children may not be part now, but he has a vision for them in the future. So the one who have a place with the great person will know how to uphold everybody who is holding something up in the system. How wise have you been? Ebi ma say ya so mutimi kodi obi hu ntro kire ni kunu. Mu akodi kunu hu ntro kire yire. No jiro mu finfiri. Wasema mo bo. Wako adwuma within a short time who can report to secretary. Twice way. Wako adwuma short time. What's I see any 3 managers akon. Twice way. O letter o dismiss a letter and I'm quite so kakran sa o the better point of contact the better point I'm telling you. I pray for you that God will give you extreme wisdom. There is a level of honor you can sustain. Jesus. And from today I pray God will open your eyes to see the very people around you. Begin to see them. Who is connected to them and who is captured in them. Let me start to treat them well. You can't love a man and hate his wife. You can't love a woman and hate his husband. What stupidity is that? And you still want a long-term relationship with them. It's just a matter of time. You be trawa trinity sabe. You be trawa trinity sabe. Uni baby jina. At a point in time, a man's secretary is him. A man's PA is him. It's himself. A man's driver is him. So the moment you step into the man's arena, you should understand that everybody there is now representing a system. And such a man will stand to defend them. So you should be wise enough to let a man know, I came to support your defense. I came to support your system. And you will have a place. And konta mumu be a pamo by heart. One fum nipano. And so who attack his system? That was your problem. When you were attacking the cook, you didn't know it was a system. When you were attacking some leaders, you didn't know it was a system. Ubeshe baby and you didn't let him. Never depending in who said me baba boy my system ni ubenya baby ejina. Now bana be to say me dey went na me buy you. Mo papa nti na buy nya mo nkra no. Mo papa nti na mo ma mi nti na buy nya mo ye obe contem. Be contem. No nyansa ne fa ni die ma nipa etwa akesefo eho ahia. Ma asem to atwa. Se nya me bie pono kase bi mawa. Na se ohun so ohene ne ti akonwane so a Sa se twitwa wani. He fafo na gyinagyina he. Bom ubu mu ase ma ohini ni wi a. Bom ase ma omo nso. Bom ase. Omo say me de ma ase mu twa wa he ya. Si efa wadwuma e na enkohwehwe CEO enko a. De obehia ni bia. Bom ase ma no. Obehia ni bia bom ase ma no. They are the reason why the company has employed you. If they failed, the company will not stand to employ you. So don't go with shoulder high. Go with honor, with the agenda that whatever system that is this man is sustaining, I've come to be a pillar in that system. And it will shock you that those that come with such mentality rise from the bottom so quick to the top. I pray for you that you are graced.
Amen.
In Jesus' mighty name.
Amen.
You are right.